Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today I want to talk about Dungeons and Dragons, and I specifically want to talk about Jack Ryan, Season 3 of Jack Ryan on Amazon Prime. I'm watching it now. It's absolutely fantastic, and it has a message, and I think it has a lesson for every Dungeon Master, and that lesson is when you are when you are propelling your campaign forward and creating, session by session, you are presenting a narrative and a meta narrative, right? And you should be aware of what they both are. Because Jack Ryan has a narrative and it has a meta narrative, and they're both powerful and useful, right? But the meta narrative is actually more powerful and more useful. So I'm watching Jack Ryan, and I just want to explain this to you. So first of all, spoilers for all of Jack Ryan, Amazon Prime's series here. So Jack Ryan is a Tom Clancy character, right? And what's interesting is Clancy is one of those authors who's dead but still publishes. It's really fascinating. We live in such a wild world. So one of the things that's really fascinating about Jack Ryan Season 3 is that this thing was shot before the Ukraine war exploded, right? And before Vladimir Putin, unjustifiably invaded Ukraine and ripped off his mask and said, "Hey, I am the world's greatest villain, clear and present. I am a clear and present danger," right? But I used to read Tom Clancy novels. I enjoyed them. I thought they were good. But what really shocked me is we've arrived in a world where Tom Clancy's fiction is a toned down version of how villainous Russia's leadership is. Just absolutely, it's incredible, right? Like, the fiction of Tom Clancy can't paint the Russian leadership in a darker light than they have painted themselves, right? And there's scenes in Jack Ryan where they're like, Russia's advancing into Ukraine. like, dude, Russia has invaded Ukraine and is constantly shelling it. You're way behind, right? But the narrative of Jack Ryan is, hey, here's a exciting adventure story for you to watch with espionage, right? Great, love it, right? But the meta narrative is in my humble opinion, the meta narrative is the real hot sauce on the taco when it comes to Jack Ryan. So what is the meta narrative, right? The meta narrative of the Jack Ryan show, in my humble opinion, is Jeff Bezos and every single creator of this show and John Krasinski saying, "Hey, are you an American citizen? I'd like you to get very, very excited about American heroes who are willing to take it straight to the villainous Russian leadership," right? And this is a rah go, attack, right? Saying, hey, I know we got, President Joseph Biden's in here, but in 2022, we're going to get a president that's got two down there, and they're going to take that shiny military, and they are going to decimate the Russian leadership. They are absolutely, President Volodymyr Zelensky has proven to the whole world that not only is Russia no longer a superpower, they're not even a national power. They're barely a regional power. They can't with a cool colored T-shirt and America's surplus weapons. Volodymyr Zelensky has handed Vladimir Putin his butt, right? And I think the real meta narrative of Jack Ryan is, hey, get very, very excited about American heroes making Russia a weekend project, because that's how long it's going to take to defeat that country. As soon as we have a president who's got what it takes to do something with courage and handle the world's very clear and present real danger, right, which is Vladimir Putin. And it's going to take it's either going to be a week project or a weekend project. But if Volodymyr Zelensky is pushing back a dude that pretends to be a superpower with a cool colored T-shirt and America's surplus weapons, you can bet America with a president with two down there is going to take care of business, and it's going to happen really, really fast. And I think Jeff Bezos is kind of priming American citizens to be ready for this. What's that mean for you as a dungeon master? Well, you have a narrative, and your narrative is, oh, here's the king and the queen, and they've sent you on a quest to slay that dragon. What is the meta narrative? What is the extremely timely message that one player at your table, or two players at your table, or all players at your table need to hear? You are in their lives. You know them, right? You know where they are struggling. What is the meta narrative you're going to give them? How are you going to prepare them for something 2 years down the road? Jeff Bezos, in my humble opinion, is preparing Americans now with Jack Ryan for what's going to happen the moment Ron DeSantis is president. That's my humble opinion, right? What are you preparing your players to handle 2 years from now? Nothing? I'm challenging you. I'm challenging you, right? You have every right and every ability, right, to run, oh, my game's about cutting goblins in half. I'm telling you right now, you have the ability to spin a meta-narrative that can change the lives of each and every player at your table and can prepare them for things that you know are coming in their lives. Because frankly, I'm convinced most dungeon masters know their players' lives better than those players know themselves. And I'm no exception to this, right? I think I have lacunas. I have areas of ignorance about myself. I can't see myself. But we look over to the left and we can and the right, and we can see our players extremely clearly, right? And we know the obstacles that they're going to face, and we can set a meta narrative. Just like Jeff Bezos, in my humble opinion, is preparing America for the 1 week war that Ron DeSantis will bring on Vladimir Putin to punish him for every single thing he did to America in the war in Europe, right? And there's a lot to be paid for, right? And I think Jeff Bezos is laying the groundwork, saying y'all get real excited about American heroes fighting Russian leadership, right? I think Jack Ryan is very carefully crafted to carry that meta narrative, right? And you have this same ability, right? But with yours, it's much more personal. It's much more important. It's much more impactful. So, okay, go to the right, go to the left. There's a channel that'll tell you how to build a narrative. I'm telling you, you have every ability, you have every right to do nothing with your Dungeons & Dragons game. I'm calling you to do more. I'm calling you to change people's lives with your Dungeons & Dragons meta narrative, right? It's time to step up. It's time to to put on the gold crown of D&D 5e Dungeon Master and do it. Well, that's my humble opinion. I'm eager to hear yours. Let me know in the comments below. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a wonderful millennium.